Hello, welcome back to another League Racing video. Today it is WOR Jeddah. Heading into this round, we're leading the championship. Just quickly in the background is the results on Q1, because I didn't actually record Q1 because I'm a donut,
Yeah, there's
as people know.
absolutely nothing wrong with
But
that in my eyes.
heading into this round, we are leading the championship by 4 points, I think. I don't know. 3 points, I think, actually. No. I don't know. I don't take any notice, to be honest. I probably should take more notice of a championship, considering I am leading it. But yeah, um, main objective on this game is to have as much fun as possible, considering how bad it is, like everyone knows. But heading into this race, we are leading the championship. I do know that. Pace has definitely improved around here, looking decent. As in the background, this is my first Q2 run. I believe on a used set of tyres. Potentially, maybe not, could be. And so far, pretty decent. Not hitting too many apexes, but managing to carry the speed on the worn down tyres. So, the championship rivals, as usual, Thomas Ronhart and Nicholas Longe, the two main title protagonists. Thomas going into this is about 3, 4, I think, points behind me. Longe a further 13 behind, so yeah, we got it. Definitely not, definitely not over, to say the least. There's about 5 rounds to go, including this one. 4 rounds to go, including this one, as we go P1 on the used set of tyres. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the season after this. We'll have to see if I have time, if I have the effort. But yeah, we are basically just going to do our best to win as many races as possible. End this game hopefully on a high. No one heard that. And basically just go into next game feeling strong on pace. That's the plan. So yeah, in the background, my first fresh run in Q2. Yeah, not, I wouldn't say a quick clap, I won't lie. Pretty under limit, pretty just, yeah, get the car around, and we should go through to Q3 pretty much. This is that. Hitting 331 kph up the straight, sending it in. 8-9 split. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But as long as it goes to the top on a 26.733, so he's looking quick in this race, one of the main title protagonists. Same with Thomas Ronhar. So basically, I know every single race that those two are going to be crazy quick
series or something
in
on the league
quali.
games because I can kick off. Like
I think
And it's going to be the
PSL
race
might
where
do,
we have
but
to make the difference
us,
and
we've
win
got
this championship.
we've got a close title fight.
Just through the nature of this game not really suiting us for quali. You see there, 200th split, the top two, and then it's nearly 2 tenths back to me in P3, so yeah, not ideal. But heading into Q3 now. As you see, up the straight, hitting about 336. We were pretty good in a straight line, I believe. And yeah, we're basically, if we qualify anywhere below third, we have got a mammoth task on our hands to beat the two ahead, because more than likely they will be both in the top 3, just being the nature of their speed in quali, I guess. So, through first sector, very nice first sector for a banker. It's a 6-1 out of the long hairpin. Meh, bit under limit. Not really too good through there. Now into here, missing the apex slightly. Yeah, and that's pretty bad. Yeah, not ideal. But yeah, so far it's not been too bad. It's been average at best, to be honest. But yeah, it's enough to get a banker on the board, a solid banker, to then go challenging for pole in the next part of qualifying. But now, just off the 100, down to 4th, get the front hooked in.
You do agree with me, though, don't you? I
Yes,
can't
I'm
remove
not
something
happy.
that I can't
He's
see.
left the session.
You're.
Out to line
That's fine.
8-1. And that was nearly 2 tenths off Danny Resnick, so
You've
not
actually
great.
got with
That
Alrighty.
ended up
Heart
putting
rate's
us in
come up a little bit out of the final corner.
P4 as now this is our last lap. So into turn 1 at the 100 metres, breaking down into 4th gear, clipping 2 inside curbs pretty nicely indeed. Yeah, that was good. That was really nice. And now through the middle first sector we're going to go, sending it in bit wide, but then carrying the speed through. It looks all clean, but we're just not carrying any speed pretty much. As now we through the left, we're now 200ths down, and there's a lot of time in that first sector to be gained, which we did not do. Through the long hairpin now, out we go. Bit better this time, still not perfect, but the track is ramping up. Through the middle sector, flick it right, stay on the throttle, not perfect again. So this is just, yeah, it's been a bang average lap, if I'm being honest. But nonetheless, what are we up? Up a 10th.5 on Istvan Pukki, missing the corner completely. That's not ideal by any means, and there's probably a 10th gone in that corner easy. And now, from what looked like a challenge for pole, it's now just trying to get in the top 4. Again, just way too wide. And
Oh
we've
my god,
completely
that's the worst thing
bottled,
ever.
if I'm being honest. Yeah, that was terrible. That last sector was just awful. For now it's 4th,
That was horrible.
and in the
That
end
was
it's
a
stay
dreadful
4th.
lap. Oh my god.
But yeah, that just,
Pookie might beat you.
still before you make your flying.
that was not good enough in the last sector. We were actually up on Nicholas Longo into the last sector, and then we lost a 10th.5, which is always good, but yeah, that happens
My hands are so
sometimes
sweaty,
in
this is not gonna be good.
these high pressure situations. So yeah, into the race now. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. We get a bit of Wilson, but Thomas Rana does not move off the line. We get it up the inside, but then he has all the space around the outside to brake late and carry the speed into turn 1.
How did he broke that late? What have I just seen?
As in question, now he broke that late because I actually did that in PSGL and nearly went straight on, but yeah, he got it stopped, fair play, and now we're just going to settle into the race. But again, not ideal. Our second closest championship rival was leading the race, but our closest rival is right in front of us, so that is the main thing. If I could beat any 3 of the guys ahead, it is going to be Thomas, because he is obviously close in the championship. So that is our main aim, but ultimately, obviously, I'm not really thinking about that now. I just want to think about trying to win this race, and gain as much points as possible to everyone else. But you see, not really too much on this first lap is happening. Bit of a DRS train already, or slipstream train I should say, because DRS isn't enabled yet. But something I did notice as we got further into this race was ERS was so easy to gain. It was like I don't even know what it was like, but it was crazy because we're running such low wings around here. All the straights is just, yeah, it's just filling up our battery really easily. And I think the guys ahead did do a bit more practice, so they kind of knew this, because they were using a bit more out of the exits of the corners than me, while maintaining a very high percentage of battery. And you see it using for quite a while and only using 5%, so it just shows how much just battery we can use. But now, up behind Thomas Rana, main championship rival, we're going to put on the battery, turn it off. Just to, again, that's what they were doing. I only realised this about 5 laps in that I could do it and get away with it. So you see we're just now starting to follow quite closely on Thomas. Yeah, we're going to actually mount an attack onto him here. He sees it coming, so we back out pretty early. Yeah, you see we use quite a lot of the exits. I'm still on 84%. So yeah, it just shows how much battery we can use. And now mounting another attack on Thomas Runner. This time we turn it off and keep it back on. He's getting nervous. He defends the inside. Defends it nice and cleanly. We're gonna try and get a switch back on him here. Again, use all the battery we can up this straight. I was running slightly lower wing, I could see, than Thomas. He actually goes a bit wide. I thought he would stay in the slipstream with Danny Bresnay, but he didn't. Yeah, 4th gear, we just couldn't get. He's got the momentum around the outside, and yeah, by this point I wasn't too unhappy. You can see we're already back up to 70 while attacking him for the rest of the stint. And by this point, a couple guys behind pit, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. Usually I go for an overcut, but this time, just to get ahead of Thomas, I'd go for an undercut. But you see it coming into the pits.
Oh!
We lose about a second and a half there, just through the game, slowing us down and giving us a 5-second penalty. So yeah, cheers Cody's for another
I might have lost out here.
brilliant bug. You see I'm spamming the button. You see ahead Andre Tarabukin has gone ahead, and now we're right out behind Daniel Kelsen. Allow it. And now we just basically got to stick with him this lap. On the cold tyres, we will get an undercut on Thomas Ronhar, who will more than likely go an extra lap over this as well. So we'll get 2 lap fresh tyres. And basically at this point I knew my whole plan was defending as much as possible to Thomas Ronhar, which is going to be a ridiculously hard task, considering 1 lap older or 2 lap older tyres on this track is quite a big disadvantage, but you obviously do get track position. So my plan was to get in the DRS train, if not come out in front of the DRS train, but as you saw, we got slowed down in the pits, so I kind of knew that was never going to happen, and now my main priority is to just get ahead of Thomas Ronhar. So first up is Daniel Kelsen. As we get up the inside, easy move, using a lot of our battery up the straight, just to basically not let Thomas undercut us, basically. But yeah, out the pits come Longe and Beresnay. You see, out the pits they come ahead of these two, which that just shows how much we lost, basically. Yeah, not ideal, but that happens. You should get on it. But now we're going to be lined up a move. I already seen this one coming. Danny Bresnay slow ahead, Yannick Schmidt getting bottled up behind. Now we get up the inside, easy move, and now we're going to be attacking Danny Bresnay on the cold mediums. It's going to be pretty crucial to maybe get a move on him. But you see his Tarzano starting to fire up, getting decent traction. But yeah, we're going to do our best to get past him. You see he's still struggling a little bit, as we do apply all our battery as much as possible, but it wasn't enough. Thomas actually did end up hitting, and he's right out behind us now. So now we got 8 laps to go, well 7 laps to go, and we've got to defend from the quickest guy in the game by a clear margin. Please don't just whack a load of cheating comments, please, because I can't be arsed reading them. I'll read every comment, but if I just see cheating I just can't be arsed to read it. So yeah, if you yeah, I'm not gonna read it if I see the word cheating in the comment. So yeah, just to let you know. But yeah, Thomas gets past pretty easily, and now our challenge is keeping him behind on 40% battery till the end of the race, which is going to be a mammoth task considering his pace and his fresher tyres, 2 lap fresher tyres. So yeah, we're going to do our best. You see here he tacks and then turns off the battery. We turn off it a little bit after him, but obviously you can't really see that coming. You got to react rather than presume. But then putting it back on a little bit, just always checking behind us just in case he puts back on the battery. And so far on the stint we've defended pretty perfectly. Nothing really I could have done better in this stint other than defending from Thomas. He was never outside of really 5 tenths. He only went outside 5 tenths this lap because he made a mistake. The rest of the race here, 21, 2 tenths behind us. He's going to be creeping under 1 tenth soon. I was trying not to get too close to the guys ahead because I didn't want to bottle myself in behind them. And now Thomas applying the battery once again. Keeping it on for longer this time. We turn it off. He turns it off a little bit later than us this time. Defending the inside pretty nicely. He can't really get the traction down. And now we're going to put back on the battery. And now this is going to be the hardest attack from Thomas yet. He's got all the battery in the world. He's got the slipstream, the grip. Now he's going to go wide. And then we had right to close the door there. And we do keep the position pretty, well, I wouldn't say comfortably, but we keep the position. That was our right to go a bit deep into the corner as he wasn't really at all fully alongside. But yeah, on to lap 24 or 25, the 2 ahead are now battling. Thomas still 2 tenths behind us, so we have to focus on behind and in front now because we have a chance to win this race. 42%, I knew the guys ahead were going to have a lot more than me, but Thomas by maybe not because he's been attacking me this whole time. But yeah, we're obviously going to do our best to try and win this race and ultimately not let Thomas pass. You see he's just following 1/10 behind us. So yeah, it was quite daunting, but now going on to the last lap. 32% battery. About 37 as we get out of the corner. Now, this is basically massive for the championship. We need to make sure we can keep them behind at all costs and maybe attack the guys ahead. You see they're going side by side. Nicholas Longe takes the lead but runs wide. Danny Perezne compromising his run into the next one. Thomas not really an issue for this section, and now we're going to get as close as possible. Tyres are starting to slide around a little bit, so yeah, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage, but anything can happen when there's a fight for the lead. So yeah, again Thomas 1/10 behind us. We can't afford to get a warning either. The 2 ahead now starting to burn a little bit more battery, as they do have more than us. Up the straights, Thomas again, all big stuff oversteer from in there as they are burning the battery. And basically I was banking on a crash for the 2 ahead. I needed a crash or like just a tangle to maybe get one, if not both of them, for the win. The plan was to, if there is a place to get them into the final corner on the exit. As Danny fakes to the inside, Thomas 3 tenths behind. He's not really going to be an issue into the final corner, so now we can just focus on ahead. 2 ahead now starting to flash. They're going side by side. Can we get a switch back on them? Thomas sends it, but I knew he wasn't going to stick his nose in there. But in the end, the 2 ahead do make it through clean. Thomas stays behind, and that was a really good drive from us, to be honest.
Go on, Danny. Let's go. Okay.
As I was begging Danny to win because Longe is closer in the championship than Danny. But yeah, pretty good race in the end from all the scenarios. Defended from Thomas really well. Appreciate everyone watching. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.